Okay, so now I'm picking up where I've gotten the pot out of, or the plant out of the pot. And you can kind of see where we put some filler in the bottom. Last time it was repotted, which I actually think was last summer, because I separated it out and took out a lot of babies last year. I've already taken maybe 3 or 4 babies out of it this spring, but left the 2 healthiest babies because I couldn't really get to them. But you see there's some styrofoam and a little plastic pot filler. Since typically succulents do not need a lot of soil, they typically do not have very deep roots, but this one definitely gives you obviously a different picture of that. This is an Agave Americana. I couldn't remember earlier, but that is what it is. And when you see it from the top, it is a very beautiful plant. It doesn't look like that at the moment, but what I'm going to do is pull away all of these roots and get out this filler, and then I'm going to cut away quite a bit of the root system here, which will not harm the plant, and then loosen up some of this soil that's in here, and I'll give it some fresh soil once I put it in a pot. I guess some people might want to see what I'm doing, kind of how this system goes. And so you just kind of pull them and loosen them up. And again, you're not going to hurt. It's got such a strong root system at this point that you are not going to hurt it at all. In full disclosure, I have no idea what my camera can see or not see at this point on my phone, so fairly new to all of this. But I'm always amazed at how complex a root system can get in just over the course of one growing season. Succulents, you know, like this, you just virtually ignore over the winter, and that means that most of this growing happened this past summer and fall before I moved them inside. I'm very fortunate as a teacher. I've had a library with beautiful windows at the school to move my stuff to. And so, you see it's just getting it's going to be difficult without cutting some of this stuff off to really get much further. So I'm just going to hold on to these roots and I'm just going to start cutting. These are just my little cheapy garden shears. They're not really garden shears, they're just basically scissors that I got for $1 somewhere. And you always want to clean them and make sure you're not transferring any diseases from other plants to them. You know, gotta be a good gardener and tell you that. And once you get those cut, we're gonna just start pulling more off so we can get to the next layer of stuff. There we go. Nothing like a good Cool Whip container to fill the bottom of your pot. If you didn't already know, you can put stuff like this in the bottom of your pots to save room and save some money on dirt. And if you ever get styrofoam peanuts in packages, they also make great fillers for really large pots and plants that don't need as much going on if they have more shallow root systems. And again, this was a bit of a surprise in terms of the root system when I got in there. I'm just going to keep pulling it out a little bit. And I really think at this point, the easiest thing to do is loosen this up a little bit, get those styrofoam peanuts loosen up a little bit. I also am all about kind of reusing any kind of waste that I can in my garden and gardening. So this is a great reuse of materials and great to put in the bottom of planters and things like that. Gives roots something to kind of wrap around, and I just pulled a bunch out of a big concrete planter earlier in the week, and very, very happy. Well, it doesn't have the same nutritional value as perlite. Kind of looks the same, doesn't it? This guy is heavy, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm afraid to let go of him.